Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, one and all. Just doing some quick checks. Welcome, one and all. It is Friday. It's 3 p.m. Busset, and it's time for it's time for me to push my keyboard in. Hang on, noisiness. There we go. It's time for Fallout Friday. Yes, welcome. It's that time of the week where I get to play some video games. And on a Friday, I carry on with my playthrough of Fallout. Did I say Fallout 3? No, Fallout 4. I don't know why I thought I said Fallout 3. Yes, I'll carry on with my playthrough of Fallout 4 as we wander through the wastelands at realistic normal human boy type speeds rather than sprinting like Usain Bolt everywhere, which is not really realistic. Neither is sitting there my feet inside the floor, but never mind. We'll look past that. Anyway, yes, welcome one and all. Before we get going, all the shout-outs need to be done, as always. So a big, massive shout-outs to all the people that make my content and my channel possible to exist. First and foremost, of course, my patrons and my channel members who support me financially each month. They literally put food on my table. They pay my bills. Without them, this channel wouldn't exist. I'd have to just pack up and go home. So a big, massive thank you to all my patrons and my channel members who make all this possible. If you want to become a channel member or a patron, just go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru, or you can become a channel member just by clicking the join button underneath any of my video content. Either way, you'll be helping to support the channel. So if you've been thinking about it, please consider it. It'd be really appreciated. And of course, my corporate supporters, emodels.co.uk and goblingaming.co.uk, both of whom support this channel, and links to both of those stores in the description below the video. They're your one-stop shop for all your tabletop and model making needs. So check them out in the description below, and make sure to use those links. It tells them that I sent you, and I get some income from that. So yes, anyway, welcome. I'll have a quick look at who's in chat as the disco ball does its magic, because you always need it. Even in the post-apocalyptic wasteland, you need a disco ball. You do need a disco ball. So yes, we'll have a quick look and see who's in chat. I don't, for some reason, have a viewer count. Let me just put that on screen, because I need to see how many people are watching. Where is it? It's up there. There we go. Right. Yes. Let's have a look and see who's in chat. We have Wendy Hickson was the first in, so you can see Wendy is one of my channel members by a coloured name and the little thing after her name, little picture. Welcome, Wendy. Big thank you. The Dead Deli is in. Welcome to you, Dead Deli. Scaly Models is one of your moderators and my dear friend. Scaly Models, aka Dad, will look after you in chat. He'll keep you safe in chat, but if you cross him, he'll set you on fire and throw you to the fishes. So don't cross the mods. But big hugs to Dad. We have Panzer Koenig is in and out because he's just got to pop to a meeting, but hopefully be back before we finish. So have a good meeting, Panzer. Lynn Dipple, of course, is in, throwing hugs and kisses and everything all over the chat, turning it into a massive hug fest. So welcome to you, Lynn. And I think that's everyone in chat so far. Lynn says, "Hey Fox, guess what I found? I found the first magazine of Warhammer Conquest someone gave me. Cool, you've got Space Marines. Get them made, get them painted." Yes. So welcome to all the people in chat. If you are watching this, because there's 9 of you watching, but there's not 9 people in chat. If you are watching this, do come and join in the live chat. If you're watching embedded in Twitter or Facebook, click on the YouTube icon in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. That'll take you to YouTube, where you can join in the live chat and have a good time. And it's all about you guys having a place to hang out with your friends while I play some silly Fallout. Yeah, so let's crack on. I'm going to put on the headphones of happiness, and then we shall crack on. So expect my voice to change as I suddenly talk 5 times as loud. Right, there we go. Right, we are in. Nice house, Fox, says Lynn. Yes, it's a bit ramshackle, but it does the job. First thing to get in place was, of course, a comfy chair and a disco ball. Now I need to just sort out everybody hammering all the time. God damn it. William Rayborn is in. Hello, Fox, and hugs for everyone, says William. Welcome, William. Hello, my friend.
We'll make something out of the Commonwealth yet.
Yes, I'm sure we will, Nick. So let's crack on. So if you remember, we came back to... I nearly said Sanctuary then. Oh, it is Sanctuary, yes. I had a sudden moment where I thought I was confusing myself with Borderlands. It's Sanctuary. Wherever the hell we are, we're here anyway. Why is there a fence in the middle of that door? That's a bit rubbish. Yes, we came back here to do something, and I can't quite remember what. Did I come to dump a load of stuff? Probably. Don't remember what I actually... I don't think I got rid of everything though. I'm still carrying some junk, so let's get rid of that.
A lot of people out here could use a hand.
Yes. So we'll just get rid of some bits and bobs, and then I think we were doing the one of the Minuteman quests. We're going to go and clear the Corvega factory, I think. I think we were doing that. Just see if I've got anything left I need to sell. Why did I call my shotgun Sharon? Why did I call the shotgun Sharon? I don't remember. The Ching gun, because it goes, yeah, that's that. The grandfather, I like that one. I asked you guys for names, didn't I? One did the Weenbrune dog. Why did I call the shotgun Sharon? I don't know why I called the shotgun Sharon. I can't remember. Never mind. Don't need that one. Can get rid of that. Get rid of all. I need to keep the foods because I've got 182 stim packs, but I'm still kind of, I'm not cheating myself a load of stim packs, even though I've got the cheat terminal. So I need to use some food. We've got. Let's get rid of some of this. We can get rid of these, but I don't know what we need them for. We might have to keep them for a reason, so I'll keep hold of them for now. They're going to be a pain in the bum though, because I'll have to make sure I don't get rid of them every single damn time. God damn it. That's everything on there. That's all the ammo. Okay, so I haven't got a lot of stuff I don't need. Okay, right, cool. Sell items. I do need to dump all those Nuka-Macolas, so we'll get rid of those. You already dumped things, says William. Yep, apart from that raided leg for some bizarre reason. So we'll just go and put that back in here. Hopefully everything looks and sounds okay. There's nowhere to put... Oh. I've got an ice cooler. That's a bit awkward. Okay then, let's give ourselves an ice cooler. We need containers. We need containers. We need no furniture. Containers. There we go. Let us give ourselves a cooler. No, not a cooler. We want wait, where's my like Nuka-Cola machine or whatever it is? In here. I think it'd be in containers really, because it's a container, but mind. Decorations. Miscellaneous. Ice. Yeah, well, ice cooler might be better. Let's put it there. There we go. I've got somewhere to store all my delicious, delightful Nuka-Colas. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's kind of a throwback from my Fallout 3 days. A lot of the stuff I'll do in this game, the things I will hoard for no reason whatsoever, is all down to Fallout 3. The stuff I used to do in Fallout 3, so I don't know. Let's have a look. He's dumping again, says Lynn. I'll clean up afterwards. Dead Deli says the brain is used for the story, but the limbs things have no purpose but caps. Brain is used for
out here could use a hand.
Because it's not allowing me to tell you what I'll do. I'll keep those things because it's not allowing me to drop the brain, but it's allowing me to drop the limb. So I won't sell them. I shall store them in a place of safety. So this is random stuff. I think this is for... What am I using this for? I didn't want to take that. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, well, never mind. Let's put that back in there. I think we're using this cupboard for questy things that I might need. In fact, no, we'll use this for questy things that I might need to give to people to let us put in Kellogg's outfit in there just because I want to keep it. This cabinet, which I'll forget within a week, is going to be used for questy items that I might need later on. I can't get rid of them. So can't get rid of that. There's some things you can't drop quest items. Sometimes you can't, sometimes you can, but can't drop that. Can't get rid of that, but I can get rid of that. Okay, can't get rid of the Eddie Winter. Oh, I can get rid of the Eddie Winter holotapes. Okay. Okay, have I not listened to that tape? Gotta keep that. I've got to keep all those. Marty Bullfinch's holotape. I think we've already got that one. I'll listen to it again just in case, though. That's everything. Why can I get rid of Eddie Winter holotape 1 but not 2? Let's have a listen to this in case I just need to listen to it first. Hang on.
Message to Robert Cooper.
Robert Cooper.
You did good, Bobby. The wife and girl won't be saying anything. No worries. Hell, once those fat life insurance checks start rolling in, Mrs. Montrano will wish her fat slob of a husband had eaten that bullet 5 years ago. As for what happens next, up to you. Beach, sub shop, car yard, doesn't matter where he ends up. I don't give a shit. I just want him in the ground. So, long as Johnny Sr. never finds out what happened to his little meatball, we're set. Eddie Winter, signing off.
Yes, because when criminals do things like that, they always make sure to record it and put their name at the end of it. Yes. Can I get rid of that now I've listened to it? Probably not. No. Okay. So for some reason, Eddie Winter tape 0 doesn't actually matter. Very strange. Very strange. But I'm going to keep it. I think I'll keep it anyway, just in case. Because I know it relates to Nick's quest. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. So, let us continue on our journeys. So I think we decided last week that we are going to... We do have to go to Diamond City to speak to Ellie. But that's way off in the future. Have we got the... Yeah, we've got that one. I've listened to that. Okay. So let's go and do that. I'm not going to necessarily follow the storyline straight the way through like we do with Skyrim. I'll probably footle about a lot and kind of skirt around all the main story stuff and not just do it all in one go. But we'll do the odd quests as they come up and we'll do quests and stuff. The landscape is not as wanderable as Skyrim, unfortunately, so we kind of have to follow a few more quests here and there. So let's go and do this. We need to go and kill the raiders in the Corvega assembly plant, so let us go and do that. Very slowly. Now, if you've not seen one of these before, I'm playing this with this movement speed set to actual realistic human walking speed. Glad to get away from these people hammering all the time. Just see if I can buy anything off Trash Can Carla.
Need to pick something up? Road's pretty long from here.
I don't think that's how human mouths work, but let's have a look.
Always happy to make a sale.
I need 308 rounds, I think, don't I? 308s, sorry, 50 cals, 10 mils, 308s. Okay, so I'll have 308 rounds. Don't need any weaponage. Need that, don't need that. Stim packs I will take if I can. She's got some. I'll take Radaways, good God, yes. Rounds. 10 mils I need. I mean, I've got a lot of ammo, but take more. Shotgun shells, there we go. I won't use shotgun very often. But, you know, hey. There we go. Right, so cool. We bought some shizzle. Come on, Nick. Let's go do some stuff. Nick. Okay. Simpleton. Is he still using his pistol?
Do something for you? If I got it.
Okay, I need to get him a decent weapon. I'll get him. I'll get him some as we. I'll get something for him when we pick up one from the. I can't. I'm not gonna. I'm sure. I'm sure I gave him a Garand, didn't I?
I'll see what I can do.
Sure, I gave him a Garand. Never mind. We'll get one sorted for him. Yeah. So if you've not seen one of these before, I am playing this at realistic speeds. I'm not running anywhere. So don't expect to get to the Corvega assembly plant by the end of today. Cow! Big fat cow! Yes. Enormous cow of bigness. Unfortunately, it won't go into shuttle mode. I shoot it. I'll just get attacked by everybody.
Too many folks these days count on violence to solve their problems. You only have to look around to see where that got us.
Yes. I will actually at some point spend some time building up a settlement here. I'm not going to submit you to that just right now. Because that's a whole episode in of itself. So, yeah, maybe not. Graham Robertson, hi Fox and everyone in chat. Welcome, Graham. How you doing, my friend? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And now for the long journey to the Corvega assembly plant at the speed of heavy. Yes. Did I get rid of all my junk? There's a thought. Yes. Didn't know this horrible thought that I hadn't dumped all my junk. You pardon the expression. Yes, welcome, Graham. Thank you for coming along. This does seem a lot slower than normal. I'll just double check I'm set to 25% because I didn't want that. I didn't want that. I wanted this. Movement speed. Yeah, 0.25%. Okay. This seems a bit slower than normal. Even for me. Now, I have had some broadband connection issues today. It's gone off a couple of times for like 5 or 10 minutes. So, it's entirely possible that at any moment the stream might fall over. It probably won't. Or it may suddenly become real garbage quality. I don't know. Because my broadband fell over earlier on, but then was like half as fast as normal for a little while. So, Valentine admires me. I don't know what I did, but I did something good, obviously. So, yeah. If the stream does fall over, my apologies. Obviously, I'll try and get back up as soon as I can. But Dad's in chat, and he'll drop me a text if he's around, if he notices, to let me know it's fallen over. So if it does fall over, just go back to my YouTube channel homepage. Just hang around for 5 minutes or so. If I can get the stream back up, I'll have to start a fresh one. If I'm not back in 5 or 10 minutes, I'm probably not going to get my broadband back in time. It might be alright though. Fingers crossed we'll just carry on. Dad, of course, asks the most important question. So, folks, what game are you playing and what's in your belly? Game and grub. Game and grub, folks. What game are you playing right now? Doesn't need to be a video game. Could be a board game or a card game. You could be playing Magic the Gathering. You could be playing Pokemon Snap. You could be playing, I don't know, battleships. Who knows? Or as Sam and Max would call it, the car bomb game. You hurt my horse! And Grub, what have you had for your dinner, or what are you going to have for your dinner? What's the meal menu planned for this evening? For myself, personally, of course, the game right now is Fallout 4. And the grub will be... what are they now? Chicken paprika sausages and chips and the gravy later on today. Maybe with the beans. Don't know yet. Or spaghetti oops. Spaghetti oops. Don't know yet. But later on the game, if I do get any chance to do some gaming tonight, it will be... Hello. It will be No Man's Sky. I've got back into No Man's Sky. I started a brand new game the other day. I got back into it a little bit. And the No Man's Sky has changed so much. If you haven't played it, I can recommend it. Yeah. Mole rats. I hate mole rats. Hate mole rats.
I think we ought to talk.
Is now the right time? Really?
Wrong? Oh no, nothing's wrong. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figure there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. I've gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, is there anything you want to know?
Okay, so we're going to start the first 20 minutes of the game in dialogue. Never mind. Patrick Michael's in. It's 9:20 a.m. here, and he's in the US. So welcome, Patrick. Welcome. What's wrong with the outfit? I don't know why I would say that. What do you remember about the Institute? Or because my character's supposed to be a Khajiit, what do you remember about the Institute?
It's all pretty hazy from back then, but now and then
I wish you hadn't done this in a cave where it's all rumbly
life
bass.
Inside the Institute, they keep you isolated. A single test chamber was my whole world for years, and someone was always watching. Then one day you wake up on the other side, and that's it. They've cut you loose. Welcome to the brave new world, with such people in it.
What's with the outfit?
After I started the agency, it just seemed like the sort of thing a detective ought to wear. I got some old memories, pre-war. Faded to all heck of guys dressed like this, doing what I do. Putting on the hat and trench coat, I figured it'd let folks know I was serious about the whole thing. Clothes make the man and all that. Guess I felt they made me the man I wanted to be.
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical. Not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days.
The
I get
willies.
tune-ups now instead of checkups. But my memories, my personality, they're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
So he's basically an exo, is what you're saying. Oh, wait, you're a robot? What else have you been keeping from me? Wait, the original Nick was from my time?
Sure was. Which meant when I finally ended up out here, it was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. The local mechanic even gave me a once-over free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. It's something I've noticed you got a fondness for. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed. Yes, don't forget my character is supposed to be a Khajiit, hence the silly Khajiit voice. But I'll say, where's that town we should go visit?
I tried to go back and say thanks once I'd gotten myself established, but the place was wiped off the map. Raiders. Don't know what happened to the people.
Yeah. If you're good to people, they'll be good back.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeletons. We should probably head out.
Cool. I just wish you hadn't done that down here. I have to say, by the way, it's incredibly dark. I forgot to change my darkness mod, which makes dark things properly dark. I forgot to... We've been down here. There's a dead mole rat. We've done this already, you idiot fox. We've been here already, you fool. You foolish fool. All that boomy bassy noise, never mind. Thanks guys, says Patrick. I did eat a blueberry muffin. Oh yeah, I'll have a bit of that. Let's have a look. I have nothing in my stomach and we played nothing, says the dead deli. Need to sort that out in both counts. I'm dropping... Lynn says, grab honey nut Cheerios, whole milk, water, a lot of water. Just mowed my lawn, not moved my lawn. Game watching Fox play Fallout 4. I might set up my PS4 and get Skyrim. You should. It's awesome times. You've got a PS4, you should use it. Do all the things. Right, where are we going? We're going this way, aren't we? I'm going to eat something. Be right back, says Dead Deli. I'm back with some food. Okay, Deb, you might not be familiar with the rules on my channel. But whenever we talk about anything and food is mentioned, food becomes the most important part of the conversation. So, you can't just say, I'm back with food. Or, you know, you can't just say, I've got a pizza or I've got a cake. We need all the filthy details. We need to know what food, what kind of food, what is it? I need all the information you can give us. Because I've got to sit here for 3 hours, nothing to eat, you see. So I need to vicariously experience delicious foods through you guys. So, yeah, we need all the filthy details. Nom 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 nom. Hungry already. God damn it. Yes, so I've been playing No Man's Sky again. Started a new game. And they've improved it massively. They have improved it massively now. And it's... When I first played it, it was hard work and confusing. I then played it about a year later and it was less confusing because it improved it, but it was still hard work. There was a lot of fannying around. But they've got it to the point now where it's actually a fun playing experience. There's still some niggles, but it's not the end of the world. So yeah, I've been playing a little bit of that, enjoying it. Most fun. So that might be... Because at the moment I am struggling because my normal gaming gig is Fallout 4 or Skyrim. But the problem with playing those two games in my own time is that I find myself doing the things I'm doing on the live stream, or doing something on the live stream that I've just done in my own playthrough, which is a bit rubbish. So at least if I play something else like No Man's Sky, I didn't want to do that, then that means I'm not retreading my steps when I play again. I might make that my jam for a while. Welcome back, the dead, says Lynn Dipple. Welcome back to the place. This is Concord over there, isn't it, I think? We've done Concord. We've been to Concord. So anyway, I hope you're all well. Hope everyone is okay. What have I been up to this week in terms of work? Unfortunately, as is quite often the case, all my workbench modelling plans fell by the wayside this week for various reasons. Again, it's real life stuff just gets in the way sometimes. I had hoped to have made a start on painting Mortarion, but that sadly hasn't happened. I've had no time at the bench at all this week, which is a bit rubbish. So, yes, as usual, no craftiness to update, I'm afraid, which is a shame. I'm looking forward to painting that, so hopefully next week I can make a crack on with Mortarion. Hopefully. Now, my voice is... I'll tell you what I've realised lately?
Every Every scumbag in the Commonwealth's gonna know our names.
Well, I've realised that as well, yes. But what I've realised lately is my voice is going weird. My voice kind of sounds a bit flat and hoarse. And I've kind of realised why over the last sort of 6 to 12 months, why my voice has changed. Normally, you know, I'm filming and I'm talking and I'm streaming and I'm talking, but I'm also hanging out with my friends in the real world, going to the pub and doing stuff and, you know, spending time with people and talking. Since, you know, for the last 12 months, obviously a big chunk of real life has stopped. And I realised that when I'm not doing streaming and I'm not doing filming, I'm not really talking. I'm just doing stuff. You know, Mama Fox and I talk, but we're not sitting there talking all day long. And I think my voice is just kind of like, it's rusted over. I think my actual ability to speak has gone a bit clunky and rusty out of lack of use. Which I know is funny because I never shut up, but you know what I mean. Mama Fox is the same. Her voice is kind of, at the moment, it's like, I think we're not talking as much. So, yeah, I think that's what's happening. I think that's why my voice sounds a bit flat and lifeless lately. Almost like I've got a sore throat, but not quite. Oh, good morning from Phoenix, Arizona. Thanks, Fox, and for the Friday Fallout fun. Hugs for everyone, and love you, Fester and Dad. From Wayne Model Works. Wayne, thank you very, very much. That's super, super kind of you. I really, really appreciate that. You are very, very kind, my friend. Big hugs back to you. Don't know what you like. Thank you very, very much. I massively appreciate that. That's putting food on the table, so big, massive thank you. Yes, I think that's it. I wonder if, you know, if any of you guys have been the same. I know some of you will have still maintained lots of social contacts. I know, you know, people like Dad, Scaly Models and Fester and that do lots of hangouts offline where they're not actually streaming. So they're in constant contact with people anyway. So they're constantly talking. So they haven't really been affected. But if any of you out there, if you're not having as much social contact with people, not talking as much, has your voice changed? Have you found your voice going a bit throaty or hoarse or flat just over the last 12 months? I certainly have. I wonder if I can get up here. Should be able to. There's a walkway. What's up here? Cool. I can hear shootage. Investigate that in a minute. So that's my thinking anyway. That's my thinking, that it's just, you know, I'm not talking as much, aside from streaming and recording. There's a lot of violence going down around here. What's going on? Shut up. It's going to be a bad idea.
Playing hide and seek.
Coast looks clear. Doesn't sound clear, Nick. Oh, it's a raider. Oh, he can die as well then. Woodwick. Oh, is this the guy? Oh, I think I know who they are. Yes, that's my theory anyway, that, you know, because I'm picking up a coffee cup. Oi! Wrong button, you idiot. That's what happens when you press the wrong button. Externalizing language becomes more difficult, says Patrick Michael. Yes. That's my thought anyway. Just lack of use makes my voice go a bit softer. And I do find when I'm recording, like doing a 3-hour live stream takes it out of me now, but when I'm doing a recording again, I'm also struggling to speak for more than 5 or 10 minutes. So I can't wait for things to get back to normal. So I can go to the pub. Oh, so I want to go to the pub with my mates. Oh, sit in the pub with a fine ale. Can't wait. Give me £20 and an evening free, and I'll go to the pub and drink the manly ales and have a good time. Yeah, I just can't wait to get back to normal. But it'll be a while yet. Nothing happens fast. Right, where was that super mutant? There's one all the way over here. Why I'm clearing my throat a lot and coughing. Because it's kind of uncomfortable to talk. It sounds really weird. Did we find out? Oh, he made a sandwich with a block of cheese. I need to clear my throat. One sec. There we go. That's a bit better. Yes. Ah, there he is. That's the fella. Let me take your things. I bet that, bet that. Dead Raider. I'll take that, thank you. There was a guy over there, but I can't remember where. It'll take me forever to find him, so we'll just go at a regular speed. I think we've spoken to these guys before, haven't we? I think we have.
Any luck finding more radstags?
I'm busy. Let's talk later.
Understood.
Ah, yes, we have spoken to him before. La 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 la. Many things over here. Let's see what these many things are. We're not in a rush to get to Corvega, so we'll get our way there. Yes, so short story, even shorter. Haven't done any filming this week at all. Not had any chance. So grumpiness ensues, and I can't do filming. We'll get there. I'm really looking forward to painting that Mortarian though, so can't get there fast enough. Diner coming. Let's have a look at this diner. Need to get Nick a deal. Have I got a decent weapon yet? I can give him. No, not yet. Drumlin Diner.
We had a deal, Trudy. Hand over the goods. You owe us.
I ain't giving you poison-shilling chem pushers anything. Do you know what that junk has done to my boy?
He bought them fair and square, Trudy. Ain't our fault if he's strung out. Now don't make me come in there and shoot up that little trading post of yours.
These sound like fairly unsavoury people. Let's do something about that. Unlucky!
Love justice for you.
Unlucky, fellas. Best not to make a threat and then just stand there like a gormless spoon, because somebody could just come along and do shootage. Dead Deli says rib cage. Yes, I assume he was carrying a rib cage, not actually his own rib cage. Where exactly was she keeping a melon? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know where she was keeping a melon. That's kind of a little concerning. Hello. Oops. Sorry.
I can't wait to see the crows feeding on that scumbag. Here, this is for you. Now, if you ever need to trade, my shop's open.
Ooh, thank you very much. You got things covered from here.
Yeah, it's gonna take my son a while to get off the chems, but we'll make it. We always do. Now, let's get back to business. You need anything for the road?
Let's see what you have.
It's all worth every cab I'm charging.
Candygram is in. Hello everyone. Special howdies to Scaly Models, Lynn Dipple, William Raybould, Wendy Hickson, Wayne Model Works, and of course, Model Making Guru. Hello, welcome. Candygram, how you doing, my friend? Take those. I will take... hope you're doing alright there, matey. General Chow's Revenge. Big massive sword. Ooh, we could give Nick a submachine gun. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's give Nick a submachine gun. I don't think he needs the ammunition for it. I think he has infinite ammo as a companion. Take some Radois. Take some Stimpaculons. Take some Bobula pins. Bobula pins. I'll get some 45 rounds just in case I need to give Nick some. Okay, now what we can sell is all the things we don't need. So we can get rid of that. 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 Get rid of all of the crap we don't need, which is that. Oh, Edward Leonard, 4.99 super chat. Squish hugs to everyone. Hey Edward, thank you for coming along. Big squishy hugs to you too. Thank you for your super chat. That's very, very kind of you. Give the squishies a scritch behind the ears from me, if you can find where the ears might potentially be. Why am I know to keep doing? Keep those things. Sweet rolls. Ooh. Where's Inigo when you need him? I'll get rid of all this junk. May as well. Bit of money back, isn't it? I don't need 38 rounds. Cool. Right. So, Nick, come here.
I'm all ears.
Your ears are pretty large, but we won't talk about such things. Let's give you eine Submaschinengunnengefahrten. Ja, das ist richtig. And we'll give you the ammunition. I don't think you need to give them ammunition, but just in case, we'll give him a small number of rounds. There we go. Yes, hi Edward. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Never take a hit at Jet again, I swear. Oh, itching, just itching all over. I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Okay, goodbye. Do you know who that voice actor is? Listen carefully to the voice, see if you recognise it.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Oh, only...
I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Oh, you can't tell now, he's whispering. It's the guy that played Varys in Mass Effect. Varys? You know, the Turian. He's having withdrawal because he's not calibrated for it quite a while, probably. But that, he's got his Tommy gun now. Yeah, there you go. That's much better, Nick. We'll still give you a rifle eventually, but there you go. The other day I was watching... What was I watching? I was watching... You know what I'm like with voices? I have like a keen sense for voices. Especially when people are changing their voice and trying to, do voiceovers. I was watching Genius. It's a series on Disney Plus. It's a National Geographic series about Einstein. At least the first series is about Einstein. That's irrelevant. I was watching one of the episodes. Was Was it? No, no, I got it wrong. Sorry, my apologies. I was watching. I loaded in the original Gears of War just for a laugh, and was playing through the opening level of Gears of War, and I haven't played it in a long time. And in the opening cutscene, Min Young Kim, who's one of the characters, has a few lines at the start when they're in a helicopter. And I hadn't remembered anything about it because it'd been like 10 years since I played it. And he said like one line of dialogue. And I was like, I recognise that voice. I recognise that voice. It's not quite what I recognise, but I know him from somewhere. I know that voice. And it bugged me. And I'm there and I'm like, oh, I know that voice. I know, oh. And I sat there for like about an hour, racking my brain, trying to think where I'd heard that voice before. And I thought, well, it's clearly, he's done voiceover work for this game, so clearly he does voiceover work for video games. Most likely I've heard it in a video game, but it could be some kind of animation, because a lot of times voice artists that do game stuff also tend to do animation. So I'm like, oh, where do I know that? And for about an hour, I'm racking my brain. It's driving me nuts. And I couldn't figure it out. So in the end, what I had to do was, I thought, right, I'll go to IMDb. I'll find out who he is. Now, keep in mind, I didn't know what the character was called. All I knew was he was that guy in the helicopter at the start of Gears of War. So I did some Google searches. I had to start off with like the list of characters in Gears of War. And then go for the one that looked like the one that was in the helicopter. I'd try and find him. Then got the name of the character. Then looked him up on IMDb. And then found a voice actor who had like 1 billion credits. So I'm like, oh, it's going to take me forever to find where I've heard his voice, because he's been in like 1 million games. And then just as I started to scroll down the list, I heard this voice in my head go, "Genuine Troll Blood Elixir. Buy it here." And I thought, it's Brynjolf. He was Brynjolf in Skyrim, the guy from the Thieves quest, Thieves Guild quest, the one that's in the marketplace. And it was just in my head. I just had that one single line, genuine Alma Blood Elixir, or whatever the line was. It was that one line in my head, and I was like, that's him, it's him. And I looked up, and it was the same guy. And I was like, yes, my spidey sense for voices never fails me. I knew that voice from somewhere. It was slightly different to his normal speak, to the voice he had in Gears of War, but it was like, yeah, I knew him somewhere. Never fails me. Never fails me. Very rare that I'll not be able to tell a voice actor from a voice they're putting on. It's quite rare. The one rare thing I was surprised by was Bradley D. Baker, who does the voice for all the clones in the Clone Wars. I'd only ever heard him, or I only ever knew him as the voice of the clones in the Clone Wars. So when I heard him giving an interview, I watched him giving an interview about something. There was his normal speaking voice. Crap. His normal speaking voice sounds completely, totally different to the clone voice. Normally when you hear like a voice actor, you hear their normal, regular voice. You can hear like the seeds of the characters you know in their voice. But this was like, if I didn't know who he was, and if you gave me a selection of people to listen to, I wouldn't pick him out as the guy that did, damn it, the guy that did the clone voices. That one tricked me up. But other than that, I don't know why I just have this thing for sounds and voices. It's like, I don't know, my hearing, I may not be very good at like visual when I've done IQ tests and stuff and things like that. I may not be very good at visual cognition. Like we do those like cognition tests, and it's all like 5 different shapes, which is the same shape, and it's all twisted round, and I may fail at that miserably. But when it comes to sound, yeah. It's like sound effects. It's the same kind of thing. Many years ago, I mean a long time ago, probably early to mid 2000s, maybe even late 90s, there was an advert for I can't remember if it was for PlayStation in general, because it was like when the PS2 first came out, or if it was an advert for a PlayStation game. But there was something in the advert. Somebody either opened a rusty gate or a rusty door, and it made this specific sound effect. And then for some reason that sound effect became like massively overused everywhere.
The Valentine Detective Agency signs are an eyesore.
It was like the Wilhelm scream of like squeaky door Foley recordings, and every time I heard it, I couldn't not recognise it. It's kind of frustrating in a way. Sometimes it gets really annoying. Almost like a photographic memory, but for sounds, maybe? I don't know. It's like some of the footstep sounds in Medal of Honor Frontline. When you walk on metal plating, there's a certain sound effect for like boot on metal plating. Or when you go up a ladder in Medal of Honor Frontline. And that again is a sound that's been used many times over the years. And I can spot it when I hear it. I'm like, yep, that's that sound that was in Medal of Honor Frontline. Weird. I just spot them everywhere. You use sound effects. I don't know why. It's my curse. And for Nick, stairs are the curse, clearly. Idiot. Wow, let's have a look. Jeff says, Candygram says, in what might be a new record for me, I had an 18-hour workday yesterday and started today's workday 6 hours later. Gah. Dear Lord. Maybe you're going to get some sleep at some point, dude. But lots of hugs. I do the same thing, says Patrick. Who said I was gone, says the Dead Deli. Wow, Jeff, hope you got some sleep. It's fine, says the Dead Deli. Okay, people are just talking amongst themselves. Yeah, that's a long shift, that dude. 18-hour workday is insane. Oh, burpularity. Need to sort that out. That 18-hour workday. Yes, I don't know. It's just me and sounds. Very strange. Very strange. Like some people have a knack for images. Oh, crap, crap, crap. Can't stand these little bastards. Even little baby wants to get no mercy. Oh, don't come on through the ground. Oh. I can't run fast. Don't be coming up through the ground, you little shithouse. Oh, they'll be swearing, by the way, because there's swearing in this game, so I may do some mild swears. If you're offended, well, tough. I can't believe that people in this day and age can be offended by swear words. It's kind of pathetic, really. Come on now.
I think it's lost some of its romance over the past 2 centuries.
Oh, it's a drive-through. Oh, of course, yes. I can see it. Shithouse. Ah, got it. That was a good throw. That was not a bad throw. Unfortunately, it's near some cars that may blow up, so I need to keep an eye on that. That was a good throw. That. Get in. Molotov cocktail god. Now I must remember not to constantly reload my Garand rifle because I don't have like thousands of rounds like in my own playthrough. even to this day, I can still hear that Sony sound effect in TV and film. And it bugs me. I don't know why, it just bugs me. In a lot of ways as well, actually, when I was going back to the 90s, when I used to do when I was, you know, composing music and doing lots of synthesizer stuff, it caused me problems back in those days, because I got into electronic music and recording and doing synthesizers just at the kind of start of the end of the twiddly knob analog synthesizers and the start of the DAC digital synthesizers that came bundled with millions of preset sounds, like the Korg M1 and things like that, DX20, DX7s and stuff. And that caused me problems, because if I listened to a piece of music, more often than not, because it was all kind of new, when people used synthesizers like the new in those days, the new Korg M1, they didn't really create a lot of their own sounds, because they were used to using analog synths, and now they had these synthesizers with like samples and stuff. They tended to take the lazy way and just use the built-in sound, because they come with like a bank of sounds, and they'd get lazy and just use the built-in sounds. Even like professional musicians and proper, you know, people doing film soundtracks and stuff. And it'd be a nightmare, because every time I'd listen to a piece of music, I'd be like, well, that's the shakuhachi from the M1. Oh, look, there's the metallic ding tone from the Korg M1. That's a DX7's bell. Yep, there we go. There's the... I just recognised them all. And it killed it. It really... Oh, sugar. Hello. It really killed it for me. Are you going to fly around and do nothing now, just to annoy me, like you did last time? Gimpatrons. Yeah, it really killed it, because I couldn't listen to like a piece of music and not know what synthesizer made those sounds. So, you know, I love stuff like, you know, Jar, which was great, because Jar didn't tend to use a lot of built-in preset sounds, thankfully. But a lot of stuff like, you know, I forgot what it's called. God damn it. Who did Tiger Tiger and Time, the Albert, not Time. I forgot the name of the band now. Anyway, Tangerine Dream, that's it. God, I couldn't remember that. Yeah, Tangerine Dream used a lot of like built-in, shipped with these sounds, preset sounds, and that ruined a lot of stuff. Vangelis started doing it as well. I'm like, yeah, I can't listen to this now. It was partly one of the reasons why I stopped doing electronic music, because I stopped listening to the music as much, because musicians insisted on not creating their own sounds, and it ruined it a lot. I kind of grew out of it. So again, it's one of them weird little quirks. My listening abilities, which boon and a burden. Hey, what can you do? Is there anybody here? Just one of those little quirks that makes me me, I suppose. Get around this side. No. Around this side. Patrick Michael, have you ever shot an M1? Nope. We're here in the UK. Weapons aren't the thing. I've shot a shotgun. I did some clay pigeon shooting once. But you have to remember, I'm assuming you're not in the UK, Patrick, but here in the UK, you know, we don't have access to firearms in a normal everyday circumstance, so I'd like to. Because it's my favourite video game weapon of all time is the M1. Grand M1. And although I've never heard a real one, my all-time favourite video game weapon is the Grand M1. My all-time favourite, again, it's my thing about sound. My all-time favourite Grand M1 sound effect was the one in Medal of Honor Frontline. And I'm always disappointed when a video game has a Garand and doesn't actually have that frontline sound. It's like a two-part... It's not just like bang, bang. It's like a two-part sound. I even did a comic strip about the specific sound ones, but... Hey, that's just me. I'm a sound nerd. Hello. Is that a dummy or is that a person? Dummy. Yeah, so I even did a comic strip about that. So yeah, that specific sound effect has always been my favourite M1 Garand sound effect. I don't know if that's what an actual M1 sounds like in reality, of course, because there are so many different versions of the rifle firing in TV and film and games. I don't know what the actual one sounds like, but if I found a real M1 and it didn't sound like the M1 in Medal of Honor Frontline, I'd be like, yeah, it's rubbish, that. Yeah. Never meet your heroes, what I'm saying. Cool. That'll be a settlement then. I don't even know where I am. Where am I? Is this the... I don't even know which settlement this is. We're at the Starlight Drive-In. Oh, okay. Hang on a minute. No worries on the profanity, says Patrick. Yeah. I don't normally do swearing. Purely for the simple reason that a wide range of... When I'm especially my model making stuff, a wide range of ages of people watch my stuff, so I need to appeal to younger builders as well as older builders, so I don't do swearing there. Plus, for a long time, YouTube really hammered you on monetization if you did lots of swearing. They've eased off a lot lately, actually. There's now, you know, mild swearing isn't forbidden anymore, but for this, I'm playing Fallout 4 and people in the game swear, so there's no point me trying to be all holier than thou. I'm sure there was a thing to turn the projector on at one point. There's a switch somewhere that turns it on. Have I missed it? Maybe it's part of a quest later on. I can't actually remember, but I'm sure there was a switch where you could turn the... Although it got really annoying because it's the same clip over and over again. Maybe you need to power it up. I don't know. Anyway, that's not war mission. Let us away from this place. Many places to explore. The on-block clip ping is real, but you'd never notice it in battle. 3006 is loud, says Patrick. Yeah, I know the clip ping is real, but it's the actual sound of the shot. I mean, this sound, I've got a silencer on it, obviously, so it's not going to sound like it at all. But just if you have chance, if you can find it, just look up the Medal of Honor Frontline M1 Garand sound. It's like a two-part sound effect, like a... It's just lovely. When I was doing my webcomic, I did an actual comic strip about like a drill sergeant teaching his recruits in the airborne how to identify different weapon sounds to see if they're friend or foe. And he's comparing the Garand to the Kar 98, because the Kar 98 has a very specific sound as well. and the MG42, and it's like I kind of had to work out in my brain how to write down the onomatopoeia for these weapons. It was quite fun, but I based it on that weapon. If you get a chance, that's what I would want a Garand to sound like, and if it didn't, I'd be sorely disappointed. I'd be like, no, it's rubbish, that is. It's probably just a quirk of the acoustics whenever the guy at EA recorded the rifle for Medal of Honor Frontline, but I'd like to think that's what they actually sound like. Okay, I will. I played the game, I think. Panzer Koenig said that's in Far Harbor. No, I'm pretty sure you can turn this one on as well. There might be, maybe it's quest related or something, I don't know. Or when you power things up, I don't know, actually, I can't remember. Ooh. Das ist ein großen Tränen gefahren, ja. It's the blue and the orange. I quite like light blue and orange as a colour scheme. It's quite pleasant. I don't think that's how trains actually... Heard something. Must have been nothing. He was playing stupid tricks on me. It's got a hint of the it's got a hint of the trains from Half-Life 2 about it, in its thinness and tallness. Logs, stones. Oh. Ooh, I like that. Oh, do you know this thing here? This round thing. I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a component exactly like that on the Perfect Grade Zaku. I don't know why, it just reminds me of something. And I'm pretty sure it's on a Perfect Grade Zaku. There's a component just like that somewhere. I'm weird. What can you know? I'm weird. Alright, Bobber, look at my tractor. Look at my tractor right there. There you go. Some lovely weathering reference for you all. If you haven't heard me say it before, do treat Fallout 4.
They're here somewhere. Don't even break a sweat. Not that it's an option.
Any more for any more? There. Yeah, if you haven't heard me say it before, treat Fallout 4 as an excellent place to find examples of weathering for your model builds. If you're looking at doing weathered and rusted models, they're a bit stylized and a bit cartoony. But then when you're making a model, often you'll go for a more stylized look. I like that. It's a bit cast in shadow, unfortunately, but good weathering reference. Okay, I will. I've done that one. Have to go for class. See you soon, says Dead Deli. Thanks for coming in, Duda. Or Dudette. I know not which. Thanks for coming by. Take care. Enjoy class, and we'll see you soon. Hasta mañana. Do much learning in class. Learn many things with your brain of learning. It's for the best. Can I get in this door? Oh, I can. I didn't think I'd be able to. Okay. Cool. I didn't even know you were able to get into this trolley car, box car. Ah! There we go. Canned dog food, yeah. Then again, post-apocalypse, you'll eat anything, won't you? Please store your typewriters in the ammunition and explosive boxes. It's for the best. It's for the best. Okay. Well, I said we might not get to the Corvega plant before the end of the show, but it's just there. So, yeah. Not quite as far as I thought. There's something over here, was it? Let's see. Oh, it's just a bath. I thought I saw something of great interest, but I did not. Kaboom! Yes. Kaboom! It's gotta be done. Gotta be done. I don't know why, I just felt destructive. Yes, I've been playing No Man's Sky again, and I'm enjoying it. It plays to my love of just pootling about, not having a particular quest or task at hand. Which is, you know, the way I do Skyrim and Fallout. I have the quests to do, but I just tend to wander and explore, and things happen as I go along. That it tickles that itch, and it's even less grounded in anything than those games, though, because it literally is just there you go. All you can do is get resources to make things, to get resources to make things, to get resources. There is a storyline, but it's very tenuous. And whenever I've played it, I've only ever played it for, like, 5 or 10 hours and then stopped. But I think it'll be a good thing for me to play, so I'm not playing Fallout and Skyrim. It's a beautiful game as well. It's lovely. Kind of simplistic. I'm not that keen on the flying controls, though. I don't mind the flying too much, but when you get into combat in space, it's like, oh god, I hate this. Oh, trying to, you've been attacked by a pirate and trying to target their ship and control your ship. Oh, it's a master pain in the bum. It really is. I'm not that keen on the flying. The one bit they haven't really improved, and they need to improve. But hey. It's a relaxing way to spend many hours. I could easily lose. They've changed it enough now that it's not uncomfortable to play. I often find when I play a game, if the game is well designed and relaxing and enjoyable, and you can get sucked into it, then if you play it for a few hours and then step away, you don't feel anything other than, that you enjoyed the gameplay. But I find if you get a game that fights you every step of the way, where everything is a challenge, that the control scheme's poorly designed, or things just don't flow naturally or well, then I come away with like this ache behind my eyes, this just kind of dull ache, because I've been engaged in a task that I haven't enjoyed. Also, you know what I've not done? There we go. So, No Man's Sky really was one of those games where I'd play it for a few hours, and by the time I finished, I'd have this dull ache behind my eyes, because I'd be tired. I'd be like knackered from trying to figure out how the hell to do anything and how to control the ship. I was fighting the ship and I was fighting the controls. Everything was stressful. However, now they've changed it enough that it's actually, I don't get that. It's actually fun and engaging to play. I can relax while I'm playing it. Is this a retirement home? So, I foresee myself getting a lot of No Man's Sky done. I don't know if it's something I would stream, because I don't know if it's really streaming material. Tales of a Junktown jerky vendor. Take your business on the road. Look at the faces on that. I love that face. They managed to make the the Brahmin look like a horse. I like the way the one head is looking behind itself. For some reason. I love that. Permanently gain better prices when buying. Yes. EC Idaho is in. Welcome, EC Idaho, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Get yourself settled down. Sit down. Get yourself a brew. Have fun. It was Nick outside. I wonder what it was. So, yeah, so they've got the game now to the point where it's not a chore or a torturous, stressful experience to play it. Although that being said, I haven't actually done any space combat yet, so. So I might make that my go-to pastime game for the time being. While I'm, you know, because I can't really play these anymore. I might still play Skyrim, my own playthrough of Skyrim, but it's just difficult when I'm doing it for you guys as well. What time is it? 12:54 PM. Let's change the time of day. It's far too bright and sunny out there. Let's change the time of day. Let's go to... No. Let's go to... 3 PM. There you go. Might make the daylight a bit more interesting. A few more longer shadows. Nothing. Yeah. Yes, I might get a few hours into No Man's Sky. Okay, so lots of wheelchairs. It's either a retirement home or a convalescent home of some sort, or I'm going to guess a retirement home. What was it called again? I forgot what it's called now. Mystic Pines. Yeah, it's going to be a retirement home. Terminal to give us information. Look at the dresser. So anyway, yes, I hope you are all well. I don't know, it's far too. I hope you're all well. What have you guys been up to? Let's get the chat going a little bit. What are you guys up to? Now remember, if you are watching this and you're not in the chat, come and join the live chat. You watch it embedded on Twitter or Facebook or Patreon or somewhere. Dump that, click the YouTube icon at the bottom right hand corner. Come on, join the live chat. Give me things to talk about. If nothing else, it'll give me something to talk about. So please do remember, if you are in chat, AMA, ask me anything. There's only so much I can waffle on about endlessly before I give up the will to live. So, yeah, please ask me questions about anything. No religion, no politics, but anything else is fair game. More or less. So yeah, what have you guys been up to? What have you guys been doing all this week? Tell me about your week. Hi Fox, says EC Idaho. Tell me about your week. How you doing? What that? God damn it. I've not got my lock-picking skill advanced enough yet. Now see, if this is a retirement home, it's kind of sad. You've got a room with children's toys in it. I like the environmental storytelling. You know, it's just a room in a retirement home that's just simply putting some children's toy in the room changes the whole feel of the room and the person that lived in it. You know, why would somebody in an old folks home need children's toys? Maybe they had grandkids staying, or maybe they were, you know, very sick. Maybe they had, you know, mental health issues as a result of being really old. Kind of makes it a bit sad, really, isn't it? What if they had, like, you know, dementia or Alzheimer's, and the toys were comforts for them? I think that's everything. Aside from the doors we can't get in, because I haven't leveled up my skills. God damn it. Oh well. Oh, thank God I'm finished cleaning my stove. I had spaghetti sauce all over the place, says Edward. Oh, there's nothing worse than spaghetti sauce. You get that stuff on, it takes forever to get off. The one thing I hate is I love doing a slow cook in my slow cooker, in my crock pot, because it's basically no effort cooking. I get the ingredients and I put them in the pot and then I go away for the rest of the day. That's my kind of cooking. But what I hate is the clean up afterwards, doing the washing up, because dear God, that slow cooker's pot weighs about 1.5 tons. It's as big as my washing up bowl in the sink. So trying to clean it out, you've got to manhandle this ceramic bowl that's as big as the washing up bowl and weighs the same as a small car. So I love slow cooking. I just hate the cleanup. I think we've been here before, haven't we? Been here before? Have we not? Lexington. No, we've not been here before. There you go. Question answered. Fantastic. Heard a Raider Psycho. Who turned out the lights?
Just noise.
A Raider with very sibilant pronunciations of S's. Just noise. Just noise. How's the picture and sound, folks? Hopefully it looks and sounds okay. As always, I'm always tinkering with audio and video, try and get you the best quality pictures possible. So, given the limitations of, you know, hardware I've got.
You were so dead.
What the? Do people actually say what the? I'm sure they don't. Well, over there, let's retreat round this side a bit.
I know you're here. I'll find you.
Go quietly, Nick. Shh. But try and get away from the explodable car as quickly as you can. Always for the best.
Scared, huh? You should be. Shit.
Yeah, so cleaning out that slow cooker. God, what a pain in the arse that is. Massively a pain in the arse. But yeah, cooking in the slow cooker. Oh yeah, happy face times. Yeah, all the raiders. I can't see anybody. I don't see people here. I see no ships. Sneaky slow time. If we can spot people before they spot us. Don't forget, of course, I'm building my character because I'm limited to walking around unless it's an emergency at quarter speed. My character depends on stealth and stealth bonuses when it kills. Like if I shoot someone and they don't see me, I'll get like triple damage because it's a stealth kill. So I really depend on sneaking about and not being seen. Trying to get them critical kills much as I can. Now the big shame about this game is you can't hide in bushes like that. They don't provide cover, which is a pain. It'd be great if they did. I've got more powerful zoom on it if I zoom in. I think it has. No, it's about the same.
Hey!
I can hear him shouting, I just can't see where he is. Not sure how he can be aware of me this far away. Find something to get behind. Behind the tree. Where are you? Pop your head up. Come on. You know you want to. It makes sense. You know it's the best possible thing you could do right now is to pop your head out. It would be the best course of action. Let's just be honest here. But, oh, burpularity. I do apologise. I don't apologise. It's all lies. I was a tuna burp. I had tuna with my pasta last night. Come on. Somebody keeps almost detecting us, but not quite. I don't know where they are. Up there. I'll go around this truck and see what we can see. Still working on the perfect grey Millennium Falcon, says Patrick. Excellent. Good man. Oh, thank you. Done that one. Does anyone know what's going on with Sarah Jane, says Edward? No. Scaly says not heard from her. I've not been streaming or anything, so... Not heard anything. Not only spaghetti sauce, Fox, but I fried about 6 pounds of meatballs. Good God. Lynn's going to send Sarah Jane an email. Hopefully she's okay. Just, you know, busy maybe. Not able to hang out in all the chats. That's the thing about this little community we have, that, you know, in reality, you know, people have their everyday lives to crack on with and can't spend every waking hour in everybody's live chats on streams and stuff. You know, it's not very often I get to hang out in anybody's live stream chats, but I do, and I can. I saw you. I saw you. So, you know, it might go a week with me not being in anybody's chat or posting anything because I'm just busy doing other stuff. But it's nice that people don't just assume that's the case. Do express concern. That's quite nice. I'm sure she's fine, but do let us know, Lynn. I've certainly not heard anything, so... well, he's gone in now, hasn't he? Oh. Come back out again. Trigger him. That was a rubbish throw. Oh, it wasn't that bad. That was pretty good, actually. Target down. Thanks to Uncle Carr. don't know if there's any more of them. Probably everywhere. That's our target over there, the Corvega factory. It is where we are headed. Sarah Jane was in chat on Tuesday evening on Phil Prime stream. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be fine. She's probably just busy and got other things to do. But like I say, it's nice that people show concern. Okay, we triggered somebody. But I don't know who or where. Turret? Oh, there it is. This game needs a shout, so I can do the throw voice shout. Hey, Skeeverbutt! Rollbait! I can see where people are. That's what it needs. I will remember for next week to try and change the darkness mod that I've got. I've got one that makes it too dark for me to play this at night for you. I'll show you what it looks like. I didn't realise till last week when I started. I'm like, oh wait, oh that's far too dark. Oops, no. No! Goddamn buttons. No! Goddamn buttons! I'm an idiot. Set the time to 9 PM. Yeah, that's... It's realistic. It was night time. And there was no, you know, street lights and stuff. That's what it'd look like. I'm pretty sure you don't want to sit and watch that for 3 hours. So yeah. So I'll get it sorted. I'll download the other one. There's like 3 different ones that do different levels of darkness. I'll sort that out for next week. I forgot this week. Yeah. I've got it set to realistic time, by the way, so... oh, no. Doing all the wrong buttons. Fox, you're an idiot. Dark skies gives you nice shadows and contrasts, and anything that's early morning or late afternoon is kind of the best to get the nicest shadows and things. Other than that, you're just going to get bland light and shadows. Hello. I'm assuming there's no one around. I may regret that assumption, of course. It's entirely possible. Can't remember if she was giving Dad abuse on Wednesday, says Panzer. Yeah, she was, says Dad. She might just have been tied up or busy. She might have people visiting. She might, you know, don't know. Who knows? I'm sure she'll be fine. But do let us know, Lynn. I'm sure she'll be happy that we've all been asking about her anyway. Sometimes I disappear off the scene for days. It's usually because I'm either really busy filming or I've accidentally turned the Xbox on and that's me gone for a couple of days. Yeah. Nothing particularly bad or worrisome. But, you know, it's nice. God damn it, with the keys. It's bad I can't remember Wednesday. Old age, says Panzer. Yeah. I don't know what I did this morning. So, don't you worry yourself. Will do, Fox. I'll keep checking. Thank you, Lynn. Oh, my throat voice. Ugh. This damn lockdown, it's making my voice go all husky. Husky, get it? Husky? Shut up. It was funny in my mind when I came up with the idea of the joke. Just because it's not funny when I actually make the joke, that's your problem, not. Let's walk through these rebar. There you go. No rebar can stop me. I'll tell you, I really do wish that I had fast enough broadband that I could get a good enough bitrate that you would see exactly what I'm seeing, or that I could stream out at, you know, 1080p 60 with full HDR, or even 4K. Because with good lighting mods, this can be a beautiful game, even on consoles. But with my bitrate, my broadband affords me, sadly, you get pixelation and roughness when I move around. It's a shame, really. It's a shame, really, because part of the love of this, the Skyrim, for me, is the atmosphere created by the lighting and the specular highlights and stuff, and the way it all comes together. You kind of lose that when you watch a compressed YouTube stream, because I can only like churn out 12,000 kilobits a second. Broadband only does 15 meg upload, so it's a bit rubbish. If I had broadband like Chris's, where I could have, like, you know, 50 megabit upload or something, it would be awesome. You could see it in beautiful 1080p 60 with, maybe not with HDR, because my PC doesn't do HDR, but it would be a sight to behold. Because even shonky graphics, given nice lighting and atmosphere, can draw you in. Quite like having the clouds over and having it at the end of the day or the start of the day or at night time, just to get the best atmosphere and lighting. Great, I love it. Absolutely love it. Husky lol, says Lynn. Or anyone, what would be an easy game to learn the PlayStation controller? I do have Uncharted 4, not Uncharted 4. No. If you're wanting to learn how to use controllers, if you're not used to using controllers, then Uncharted 4, you'll just hate it. I don't know. Skyrim might be a good bet if you've got Skyrim, because at least it's not fast and twitchy. A first-person shooter, probably not the best idea because you've got to have fast reflexes and know what you're doing. Or at least be familiar with the controls. But something like Skyrim, where you can kind of take your time a little bit. Maybe. I mean, it's not ideal because you've still got to, if you're doing swordy combat, you've got to be a little bit speedy. But you can at least, you know, you've got the freedom to wander about and just wander freely and get used to the controls. Oh. Can I go up there? What's up there? I mean, I can go up there. I know Nick can't go up there. No. Is this an illegal area that I shouldn't be? Well, no, because you do get a jetpack in the game. Yeah, I don't know what a good... See, the thing is, all games control differently. Like, you know, a first-person shooter won't control the same as a platformer. So, you know, there's kind of first-person conventions, what the sticks do, that apply to most first and third-person games, but they wouldn't apply to other things like platformers and puzzle games. So for just getting used to the control and where the buttons are, just play something simple. Like I say, Skyrim. You've got games you've already got Skyrim. Uncharted, yeah, Uncharted requires a lot of quick time events where you have to press a certain button in a certain time. Yeah, you're not gonna have fun trying to play that if you don't know what you're doing with the controller. I'd leave that one till you know what you're doing with the controller, to be honest. That might be a wiser course of action. Paul Di Tommaso is in, waves and says, Model Making Guru. Hello, Fox. Welcome, Paul. Welcome, my friend. What do people think will be a good... For Lynn, people in chat, what will be a good game for Lynn, who's never played video games with a controller before, and is not that familiar with video games? What will be a good, easy, gentle way to get an introduction to using a controller? When I first used a controller, back in the early 2000s, Mama Fox got a PlayStation 2. Up until that point, I'd only ever played games on computer, PC. Never used a game controller. I'd played like a Nintendo 64 a little bit, but you know. First person shooter for me was like on PC, Medal of Honor Allied Assault. So, when Mama Fox got this PS2, and I picked up a copy of Red Faction, the original Red Faction, and the original PlayStation 2 version of Half-Life, I had no concept of using a controller. And of course, you know, in those days, the conventions that we take as read now weren't there for first-person shooters. So the idea now of using a left stick to move and a right stick as look is just incredibly natural for me. It's just, I don't even have to think. But back then, when I started playing Red Faction, first game I played on a console, I was angry, I was stressed. I'm like, this makes no sense. How can you possibly have one stick for movement, one for look at this? I can't shoot, I can't move, I can't do anything. I got really hacked off with it because my brain hadn't even done this before. And it was like, this is nonsense. I much prefer keyboard and mouse. This is crap. However, after, you know, a good few hours getting used to it, it started to sink in. I started to less and less have to think about what button I was pressing or where I had to push it. Yeah, I didn't have to physically look at the controller. I didn't have to think about the buttons. And it didn't take long till it became almost like second nature. And then when it came to buying my first games console, the original Xbox, and a copy of Halo, I still wasn't fully comfortable with it, but as soon as I got Halo, started playing Halo back in 2001, it took me an hour or two to fully grasp the concept of first-person controls. And keep in mind, Halo was the kind of groundbreaking game that really properly introduced what we now accept as standard. Is that Nick? Standard classic first-person.
Payback time, boogeyman!
Let's kill this guy. Hang on.
There you
Oh, crap.
one you walk away.
Yeah, so the controls we now completely accept as standard first-person controllers. Left stick is movement. Left stick is strafe left and right, walk forward and backward. Right stick is your head, is your looking. That's your right stick controls where you're looking, your head's pointing. And also, if I walk forward and do that and look left, I turn left. So left stick is movement, right stick is looking, and a combination of two allows you to walk in a curve. Like that. It kind of, you can't explain it. Once you figure it out and your brain gets used to it, it makes perfect sense. So yeah, Halo just cemented that in my brain, and then from that point on it became absolute instinct. And now it's just instinctive. I don't ever have to look at a controller. If a game out of the blue pops up a thing saying, quick, press X for this, I know where X is just without even looking. That's not good. It doesn't take long to get used to it. Your brain has to get the muscle memory of where all the buttons are and where your thumb has to go. It doesn't take long. You'll figure it out then. But you know, something simple. People in chat there, what would you recommend? I mean, something where Lynn can wander around and get used to various controls, like the basic standard first-person controls, but not be under any pressure to do things quickly, like you know, wandering around in Skyrim with a bow, for example. You can take your time, but it's not ideal. I don't really know enough about Minecraft, but I imagine Minecraft is probably quite chill. There probably are games where you're not under any pressure to do things quickly, you just poodle about. That's what you want. I mean, if in Skyrim, for example, it'd be a case of start the game, get to the first village, Riverwood, and then just spend an hour wandering around Riverwood getting used to the controls, like walking and looking, and you know, you're not under any pressure. You're not going to get attacked by anyone in that first landing village. I don't know. The thing is, I don't want to play with others unless I know them for our group. I'm a single player. You don't have to. Skyrim single player, there's no multiplayer. Fallout, there's no multiplayer. Fallout 4. Most games that have multiplayer, that's a separate part of the game. Unless it's specifically a co-op, a multiplayer game, like, you know, Destiny 2, for example. You can play it by yourself, but there'll be other people in the game. Can't really talk to them. Or you and your friends can play co-op. But you can play it solo, it's just not brilliant. I wouldn't recommend that anyway, it's not good anymore. Yeah, just because you're playing a video game on a console doesn't mean you have to play multiplayer. Most multiplayer is a separate part of most games that you can ignore at your leisure. When I play Elite Dangerous, not that I do anymore because my controller's screwed, but when I play Elite Dangerous I always play solo. I don't play online because 99% of people on the internet are chuds when you're on a you know, gaming on a console. 99% of the people you would meet online are just idiots. So just avoid them. Yeah, things like Skyrim and Fallout, they're not multiplayer anyway. There's no multiplayer component. But you've got a console, you've got some games, you may as well use them. Shame not to. First time I played it, I was dead in 3 seconds, says Lynn. Yeah, don't bother with Uncharted. That's, you need to know what you're doing with Uncharted. There's lots of quick time things you need to do. That's not a beginner game at all. I mean, no such thing as a beginner game, really, but you need to ease yourself in. You can't just suddenly start playing hardcore games straight away. You need to get your brain used to where all the buttons are, so you're not thinking about it. That's the trick, you see. I would recommend The Last of Us. The opening levels are slow and give time to react to on-screen prompts, says Panzer. Maybe. I'm thinking even that, though, might be, if she's just learned it, even that might be a bit of an ask. Remember, it's not just somebody who's not used to a controller, but somebody who's not used to playing video games as well. There's a lot of things we take for granted in video games as second nature that we know that somebody who doesn't play games won't have a clue, because they haven't been exposed to it yet. So it is always difficult when somebody says what's a good game to get into video games. It's like, yeah, it's hard to ask. Or it's hard to answer even. Like I said, I told you the story before, remember, about my friend who, when his dad first got Sky TV, he was having trouble figuring it out. And my friend realised when he was trying to explain how to use the remote control to, you know, navigate the menus, his dad didn't have any idea of even what a menu was or a pointer, because he'd never been exposed to anything like that. He'd never done computers. He didn't know what a mouse was or a pointer or a menu. He had no idea. He's like, just move the pointer over to the menu. What's a pointer? So, you know, it's very hard to do recommendations when you don't know what somebody knows. I don't know how... Actually, to be honest, Lynn, I don't even know how familiar you are with video games. How experienced are you with video games as a whole? You might be, for all we know, you know, you might have years and years of experience playing video games. I don't know, so do tell us. Makes it easier to recommend stuff.
Allows nuclear protection on a budget.
Take the mini nuke. Nuclear protection. God damn it, woman. I don't play online either, Lynn. I prefer me versus the machine for the absolute basics. One of the driving games like F1. Don't know, driving... If Lynn's going to play driving games, that'd be great, but I think if Lynn wants to play like Skyrim or something like that, because I know she said before she fancies playing Skyrim, driving games not really going to give you the skills to learn first person stuff. It'll give you the basics to get used to it, but even then you've got to, I don't know, maybe. Very true, Fox, says Lynn. Yeah, I don't know how experienced you are with games, Lynn. Have you got any experience at all, or have you never really played video games? Because for somebody who's never, ever played a video game, or hasn't played a video game since, you know, Space Invaders or something, even something like, say, a Formula 1 game, like the Formula 1 games or racing games, though all the menus and options might be massively overwhelming. They'll be like, I don't know what the hell any of this is, what? So, I don't know. Hard to know what to recommend. It's quite tricky to know what to recommend. Around Lexington for a bit more. Is there anything else we can explore in Lexington? on this side of the Lexington anyway. Hello, what is this building here? Seems exciting to me. Ooh, I've leveled up. I walked more than 3 yards and leveled up as a result. Yes. Right, let's see what we've got. A swig of coffee. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Still can't do that yet because I'm not level 31. Perception. I'm not going to use VATS that much. I do need some more lockpicking skills. I don't know, really. Do that one. Cool, now I can do some advanced locks. About bleeding time. Right. Let's crack on. It does depend what... I suppose as well it depends, Lynn, what kind of game you want, you fancy learning. Panzer Koenig, Formula 1 controls, left, right, gear change, acceleration and brakes. True, but that doesn't really stand you in much stead for, say, if Lynn wants to play first-person shooters or platformers or whatever she wants to fancy learning. Although it does get her familiar with the buttons. I get, yeah, you are right in a lot of ways. It just gets you used to where the buttons are. God, that's dark. That's a teacup. Oh, I say it's a teacup, very civilized. Shh, don't make any noise. I'm not a driving person, I want to be able to play Skyrim, says Lynn. Yeah. Honestly, Lynn, the best way is to just jump right in. It'll take some time, but you'll get used to it. Yeah, I mean, if you want to learn to play... How is this guy already dead? I haven't been up here before. If you've got Skyrim and you want to learn... If you want to, you know, play Skyrim, I'd just stop playing Skyrim. You'll figure it out eventually. It takes a little while. Although Skyrim doesn't say, here's how to walk and here's how to move. It doesn't give you that much information. But you'll figure it out. It takes you through the basics. That doesn't seem good. Well, hello.
You killed her! Fucking
Killed you as well. Kill surprise. Loudest reload ever. If you're wondering why I'm... Oh, there goes me capture card. Give it a minute. It'll come back. Don't panic. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. There we go. If you're wondering why my weapons are silenced, if anybody who's new to this, 2 reasons. 1, I'm playing a stealth build because I can't move fast, so I get extra critical damage when I sneak up and... Give it 1 minute. Hang on. Yeah, the wonderful world of Elgato. There we go. Right, so yes, 1, I'm a stealth build. So if I can kill an enemy before they've noticed me, I get extra damage, extra like critical damage, and they're more likely to do a one-shot kill. Basically, I kill them more. My killing is more killy if they don't know I'm there. And the silencer also means enemies nearby might not be alerted. But also, the volume balancing in this game is quite tricky for streaming. With Skyrim, I get the game at a certain volume and I get me at a certain volume, and it balances out nicely. With Skyrim, you can have the game at a certain volume, then you can have yourself as the person doing the stream at a certain volume, but as soon as you start shooting, it's 10 times as loud, and it really messes up the volume balancing. So if I have the game quiet enough that gunshots aren't super loud, then when it's not all gunshots, it'll be almost imperceptibly quiet. You won't hear anything. But if I have, you know, loud enough so you can hear stuff going on, like the environmental audio, then the problem you have then is that the gunshots will be far too loud. It's pretty much unwatchable. So it's a pain in the bum. But it does give me the advantage of sneak bonuses as well. So Panzer says, Lynn, as Paul says, just dive in. Each game has its own button configurations anyway, so it's just down to muscle memory. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, most games have different buttons and stuff. They tend to stick towards the same conventions of left stick is move, right stick is aim, more or less, like first and third person. But in terms of buttons and stuff, yeah, everyone has different buttons that do different things. So I just die. If you want to play Skyrim, just play Skyrim. Just do it. And if you keep dying, I think I've said this story before, but my friend Nikki, when I started playing Halo back in the early 2000s, you know there was a mine there. When I started playing Halo back in the 2000s, all she ever played was Final Fantasy, and she had no concept of playing a first-person shooter. She saw Halo and wanted to learn to play it, so she started playing it, and she couldn't cope with it. She's like, I get motion sickness, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm running around looking at the floor all the time, I can't figure it out. Within a week, she was the best sniper we had.
Good God, you catch the plates on that one?
Oh man, hang on.
No way anyone survived that. Guess we ought to make sure.
Okay, because I wasn't looking in the right direction and it's a completely random, unpredictable event, what Nick basically saw was like some sort of flying craft shoot overhead, like straight over, like a plane coming into crash or something, or a flying vehicle of some sort. So just so you know. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that if you're not looking in exactly the right direction at the right time, you won't even notice it. Thanks, folks, and guys, I'll just get Skyrim and jump in and learn how to swim. There you go. That's the best way to do it. But yeah, Nikki, when she first started, she didn't understand how to use the sticks. She was basically walking around like this everywhere. And when she was trying to aim, she was doing this. I don't know what I'm doing. But within a week, she was, you know, headshotting enemies, no problem. She was sniping. And when we used to get together and play multiplayer LAN, she just kick our ass. She never played first person shooter before, and it took her a few days. But she used to get dizzy and motion sick. But it didn't take long. She was complaining and kvetching and bitching about it. A week later, she's like, this is the best game ever, and I'm loving it. And I'm like, yep, told you. Stick with it, you'll get it. Like anything. The brain just has to get used to doing it. Like I say now, when I get a new game I've never played before, I still have a learning curve, but I don't need to learn where the buttons are. I just need to learn which buttons do what in that game. The trick I have with the game, or the issue I have with the game, is the logical learning which buttons do each thing, especially if they're different. Like, if I hate it when I play a game where they've made B reload, because in my mind X is reload. In my mind, standard first person shooter controls, X reload, A jump, Y interact, and B is usually melee. But when a game turns around and says, right, B is jump, and X is melee. I'm like, no, wait, what? Makes no sense. However, don't forget in Skyrim in most games you can change the controls how you want them anyway. So keep that in mind, Lynn. You can reconfigure the controls a lot, whatever you need them to be anyway. What's this?
Where is that infernal bus? I've been waiting here for so long. The other day, a nice gentleman named Skullface offered to hold my purse for me. I assured him I was just fine. Such a polite young man. I should introduce you to him. Oh, don't mind me. Just walking to a closer bus stop. I'll feel pretty foolish if the bus passes me on the way there. But I couldn't wait any longer.
There's nothing worse than when somebody who's not old tries to do an old people's voice. It never works.
Have we met? My memory isn't what it used to be. If you want to sit down and keep me company, you can.
You're not actually sitting down, Sally?
The storms around here are getting a lot more violent these days. There must be all that talk about pollution and the ozone. I'm a little hard of hearing, so forgive me. I'm not much for conversation. The buses are always late, of course. Never this late, but late. I bet the driver thinks he's being fashionable. Kids today, always so concerned with how they look instead of who they are.
Guessing she's not very well in the brain department.
I wonder if they're doing construction on this road. I haven't seen a single car pass through here for hours. I could just walk, I suppose, but my feet are tired. Then I saw this bus stop, and I figured it'd be faster if I just wait. I packed plenty of food and
A lot of
water
dialogue.
for the trip. I have a lot left over. I'm watching my calories. I waited at the last spot for hours and no bus came. If they changed the route, someone in charge ought to change the sign too.
I can't listen to the actress's voice anymore. I don't care if there's a storyline at the end of that. It's just... no. Yeah. That's one of... I think that's from the Tales of the Commonwealth mod that I've got, that has loads of extra characters and stuff, which is kind of cool. But the thing is, that doesn't make any sense. I guess the idea is it's supposed to be maybe have Alzheimer's or something, and she thinks she's back in the pre-war time. That would be fine if the war wasn't 200 years ago, and as somebody who didn't grow up pre-war, she wouldn't have any understanding of life before the war, so wouldn't... Yeah. Oh, hello. Oops! Was that me? I do apologise. I don't apologise. So yeah, she wouldn't be all like, oh, where's the bus, the driver, the kids today, these kids today. It's like, but she didn't live during that time, so she wouldn't have those memories if she had Alzheimer's or something. Yeah, it's kind of a sci-fi trope, but it's not that great. It doesn't really work. You move it. Oh, you don't go that way. Gimpatron, come back this way. There we go. That's it. That's it. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there where I miss you. No, don't go around there. Oh, you Gimpatron. Oh. Spam dangler. Yes, there we go. He's up. If you're wondering, he's actually up there. On that thing up there. That's where we're eventually headed. It doesn't do any harm to take out some dudes, some fools now, though. Nice shot, says Lynn. Thank you very much. Eventually. Yeah, it doesn't really work in the context of the game, though, because she wouldn't have grown up during the war, because it was 200 years ago. Whereas our character that we're playing, of course, who came from the pre-war era, and then was frozen in time for 200 years. Theoretically, if he developed dementia, he could then potentially show that kind of that symptom. It would make sense if somebody else does it. Team was written to bus stop. But it's a nice character to put in there. It's a nice nice bit of background flavour to add. Kind of weird, you know, playing these kind of games where it's all post-apocalyptic and, you know, it's after civilization falls. Of course, it's not realistic. You know, it's... But I'd be lying if I didn't say that a little part of me is like, it would be cool to experience this kind of like post-apocalyptic world. But as long as you could be assured that you weren't, you know, going to starve to death or anything like that. Like in this game, there's still medication and there's still drugs to take if you get ill. You know, medical drugs. I don't mean drugs. And, you know, there's still things like that. Because in reality, if you were transplanted into this kind of post-apocalyptic world, you just get a disease and die within like 6 months. You just... Or, you know, after the end of the first week, you'd get like some kind of dental issue and you'd be in agony and starve to death. It wouldn't be pleasant in reality, of course, but I can't deny that I've sat there thinking, imagine what if you were like the last survivor, or you were like this kind of lone wanderer. It'd be like all the places you could explore. I'd like to explore the buildings and places without all the hardships of actually living in a post-apocalyptic world, obviously. But it would be interesting. Go that way. Okay, there's not much more going on here, I think. You know, to wander around a city like this after, when everybody's gone, it's all just like empty. It would be fascinating. Walk into buildings and see all the stories. All the real world environmental storytelling. Of course, in reality, it wouldn't be a good thing at all, because, yeah. If you've never watched it, try and look for. There's a documentary called Life After People, and there's another one with a slightly different name, but they're both basically the same thing. They both basically are like a thought experiment along the lines of what would happen if all the humans on Earth just disappeared like that. It doesn't look at why, it doesn't discuss the whys or the wherefores. It just says what would happen if all the people went away instantly. What would happen to the world? And, you know, Life After People, I think it goes forward for like hundreds of thousands of years and looks over time. And it's fascinating. I need to take a swig of water because my voice is going. One sec. There we go. 1 second, clear my throat. That's better. Yeah, so if you can find it somewhere, because the only one I could ever find was a crappy 360p copy of it on YouTube. Give it a watch. It's fascinating. You know, what happens to the world once if we just disappeared, what would happen? It's cool. So I'd be lying if I didn't say occasionally I sit there thinking it would be cool just to walk around a city when there's no one there and it's all been abandoned, to see what you can find. It'd be exciting. I just wouldn't want to fight, like, you know, super mutants and diseases and nasty things. because that would be a bad thing. And you know, I can't be the only person that's had that little sort of thought experiment in their mind. You know, what would you do if you suddenly were the only human on the planet? Or if you were, you know, if maybe not the only human, but if, you know, like kind of I Am Legend style, everybody else, a lot of other people vanished and you didn't know if you were the only human left, but you didn't have anybody else around, it was just you. What would you do? Where would you go? Because technically you could do anything. Like Lynn, if I was living where you live, I'd be straight over to Area 51 to just scope that. I'd be like, I need to know all that. I can walk in, have a look and see what's going on. No problem. That'd be my first port of call. If I lived in New Mexico, perhaps. It's looking at me. It's looking at me. I don't like it. Eaten by a death claw. Diabetes, you finished, says Patrick Michael. Yeah. Or like me over the last couple of weeks with my funky teeth. My teeth that are really knackered up. You know, I'd have no way to get around that or cure it. I'd be in agony every time I ate and I'd starve to death. You forget about the simple thing. Like to us, there's things that we just take for granted. You know, you cut yourself on a twig, on a thorn or something. Now you stick a plaster on it. You're probably going to be all right. Post-apocalyptic, you cut yourself on a thorn, you get infected and die because you've got no antibiotics. Fox, Area 51 is in Nevada. Yes, I would go if it wasn't that far. Why did I think it was in New Mexico? I don't know. I have no concept of these things. What's in New Mexico then? There must be something in New Mexico, probably.
Tell me we don't need to find something in here, because that may take a while.
Then again, think about it, and if you're the last human being on the planet, what's stopping you going to anywhere? Even if it's hundreds of miles away, you just get a car and go. Or just, you know, go anyway. Because, of course, at that point... Can I pick that up? Yeah. I'd be like, okay, I'm the last human being. Now I need to somehow find a way to get across the Atlantic in a safe way so I can go and explore Area 51. I'd be like, right, how do I get a ship? How do I take control of a sailing vessel or a ship or a boat that can survive the Atlantic crossing? I'd be like, find an ocean liner, figure out how to drive it. Because at that point, you know, you're the last human being on the planet. What have you got to lose? Might as well. See, knowing my luck, what I would do is I'd be like, right, well, I need to get myself protected because I don't know if there's, like, wild animals that might want to kill me or monsters or anything. I don't know. The last human being on the planet, there could be all kinds of monsters. So the first thing I'd do is find an army base to find some weaponry to protect myself. But, of course, I'm English. I don't even know which end of a gun is which. The first thing I would do is knowing my luck, I'd find myself like an assault rifle or a rifle of some sort, some ammunition, and I'd fire it, and it had been sat there for 20 years. I'd probably blow my own hand off because I don't know what I'm doing, and then I'd die. So, yeah, I'd make a crap lone wanderer because I don't know what I was doing. It'd be fun. It would be my luck. I'd find a weapon to protect myself and probably, you know, fatally injure myself with it somehow. Because I'd walk in and be like, right, what ammunition goes in this rifle? I don't know. I'm in a room with a rack full of rifles and various containers full of ammunition. No idea. How do I maintain it? How do I repair it? Yeah, I'll probably do that. But it's playing games like this, it does make you then think, wouldn't it be interesting? If nothing else. Oh, hello, there's a building right behind me. Didn't even see that.
Will make you jittery.
Yeah, it'll make you jittery. Slowly. Hurry, how far? They're going to be up there, aren't they? Now I do have high damage weapons, but at the same time, I'm wearing a cardigan and some boots and some.
Give me half a share. This outfit's way worse than the last one.
Some, you know, not particularly heavy armor. I'm just wearing basically geography teacher outfit. So I can't afford and I can't move fast. So I have to be sneaky and stealthy, which is quite good because it means I can play this with overpowered weapons and yet still have to be careful and creep around. Take my time.
Huh? Hearing shit.
You can still run.
You're mine now, rookie.
Underestimate us again.
Whoa, I suddenly realised he had a rocket launcher. I'm like, that's not a good thing to... Oh. Don't put me up against a man with the rocket launcher because it's not going to end well for me. Unless I'm really... So I'm trying to shoot him there and every shot I'm doing is not even going near him. I'm like, crap, 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 crap. Don't fire your rocket, don't fire your rocket, don't fire your rocket.
Playing games with me, huh?
Yes, it's a game I like to call Shooty Killy. Or Spoony Bullety,
No
as
need
we like
to
to call it.
hide. It'll all be over soon. What the?
That was a good throw. It was a lucky throw. Khajiit has the skills. Skills for kills, Agent. Skills for kills. Fort Knox is empty. Government spent all the money. Roswell and the International UFO Museum. Life After People. Brilliant pair of series. I have them in my den on DVD. You were thinking of the UFO crash in Roswell? There we go. That's what I was thinking of. I'd be glad to teach you how to shoot, says Lynn. I have found it's not so much how to shoot, it's just with no experience of weapon. Oh, he's a fat man. It could have been even worse. With no experience of how to do weapons, I'd just shoot my own. I'd probably pick up a weapon that hadn't been oiled in weeks and just press fire and a bullet would explode in the chamber and kill me or something like that.
Welcome to your last stand.
Most military ammo is made to last a long time. One of the raiders up there might have a fat man, says Tor Wheatley. Hello. Line your head up with my sight. Yes, I did. I forgot he had a fat man. I remember somebody up there had a heavy weapon, but I thought it was a rocket launcher. I forgot it was actually a fat man. I was even more lucky in that case. Damn internet, says William Rayborn. Hi, by the way, Tor Wheatley.
Distance. Farrell's hit hard.
Bobbins is in. Bobbins 9000. Hello, Bobbins 9000. Hope you are well, my friend. There. Something around here. I don't know what. Maybe over there. But it is fascinating to think that, you know, all that we've built and engineered and all the things that we've achieved, if humans were to disappear now off the face of the earth, pretty much none of it would remain 10 or 100,000 years forward in the future. The only thing that would even, you know, suggest that there was a civilization at all would be a thin layer of plastic residue in the Earth's crust or in the sediment in the landscape. Various elements and minerals that are not naturally occurring, you know, radioactive elements and other things in this sedimentary layer. And what's detected me? Potentially stainless steel stuff, which might still be intact. Oh, hello. Hello, matron.
We're in for it now.
Yeah, anything that doesn't naturally corrode or break down. So I suppose stuff like titanium or stainless steel maybe might potentially still be buried. So they might find a load of, like, you know, titanium hip joints. But there'd be very little for people to actually find any evidence of our civilization, unless they were scientifically advanced enough to understand what a layer of, you know, a layer of plastic residue and various chemical residues meant. There wouldn't necessarily be any physical artifacts, or very few artifacts. There wouldn't be like buildings and things left over. They'll be gone, long gone. Oh, excuse me. Which is kind of a sobering thought, really. Doesn't matter what we do, eventually there'll be no trace of us at all. Or only traces that an advanced society can detect. You know, you take somebody from, say, the 18th century, somebody with the scientific abilities of, say, somebody from the 18th century, and show them a ruined building. They know the ruined building means that there was a civilization there that built the building. It's fairly obvious. You take a 17th century scientist and say, what's this material that's in this rock? They'd be like, I don't know. So it's fascinating. The world would survive just fine without humans, says Bobbins. Absolutely. Which is why I think it's important that we, you know, as a civilization, as a species, it's important that we start to consider, you know, travelling out into space more working to that as an end. That we consider interstellar travel and travelling to other star systems goal of humanity. Because, you know, we can't afford to have our entire civilization on one single planet. All it takes is one asteroid or one mega volcanic event. Stuff down there, I missed that medical box. You know, all it takes is the Deccan traps to happen again, or the, you know, the Chicxulub crater impact to happen again, and we've gone. That's it, done. If we want to endure as a species, and we can't afford to assume that our home is permanent. We have to adapt or die, as they say. And it might take us generations before we can get to that point, but we need to do it. Now we've got the technology and start to look at, you know, travelling out into space. It's something we need to think about seriously. Marble headstones from 75 to 100 years ago are illegible. Sad. Yeah, that's partly to do with pollution and eating away at the marble. Whereas marble stuff that's been buried underground for a long time, that's survived longer. The same reason all your statues and buildings are all black and on the outside, and all your gargoyles on churches have gone on lumpy and smooth. They're just being eaten away by, you know, pollutants in the atmosphere, by acids and stuff. Crap sticks. Don't do that to me. I can't run fast, you gits. We've had this conversation. I can't do the running. I also can't do the aiming. I also can't do the changing my trout underwear in the middle of a live stream. It's. Made me jump, that did. Yeah, bugger. Let's get in those space colonies, says Tor Wheatley. Wayne Model Works. Hey Wayne, says. I said, what to say hey for? I know you're here. It says Roswell. Not sure why. Roswell indeed. Yeah, so as a species, we seriously need to pull our finger out of our collective ass. Stop being idiots. And start giving some consideration to the future, to our survival. We need to start to look at. We need a plan B, basically. We need a planet B. There might not be any. I mean, for all we know, there's nothing out there that would work for us. Or there might be lots of places we could survive. We don't know until we look, but we can need to look. Because if we don't, we're screwed. It only takes one asteroid to end everything. It only takes one ice age to end everything. You have to remember that we're living currently in an interglacial. Well, we're not actually in the interglacial period. We're still coming out of the last ice age. But, you know, the Earth has gone through a regular cycle of glaciation and then recession of the glaciers and the ice. We went through a whole snowball Earth. Hundreds of thousands of years. It's a regular cycle that the Earth has repeated, you know, 6 or 7 times in its existence. Freeze over, you unfreeze. Freeze over, unfreeze. It's going to happen again. Our activities and climate change might delay it, but it's going to happen. And when the Earth freezes over the next time, we're gone. That's it. Goodbye. And then it unfreezes again. It's Maybe it's set up for another civilization to develop. We won't survive it. So, yeah. We need a plan B. The world will bounce back after humans are gone. No more pollution, says Lim. Absolutely. Yeah, the world doesn't give a shit about us. Whatever damage we do is to ourselves and to the creatures around us. Nick, get out of the way, you chump. It'll still function quite happily without us around. Once we're gone. I think, it sounds really like gloomy to say this, but I think we're too stupid to survive. I don't think we're smart enough. I think we're too stupid. Not everybody, but I think as a society we're too stupid and focused on the wrong things to survive. I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's very unlikely. Because our priorities are all over the place. Anyway, Patrick Michael says there are plenty of habitable planets. Habitable. There might be. We don't know yet. There probably are. But whether we'll find one quite as well suited to our needs as Earth, who can say? I see zombies. Come here, zombalons. Got 5 mini nukes. I bet it didn't kill him. No, it just crippled them all. Now the trick is I've got these set of zombies in the game, so I have to get a headshot to kill them. Is that Nick? Why is he firing with his? Does he need ammo for his Tommy gun? Yeah, I've got a set of zombies, so they only die if I get a headshot. Quite tricky with this Car 98 as well to get a headshot. There we go. There she is. One virus could wipe us all out. Wait, what? Says Bobbins. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. We like to think of our world as stable and secure and safe. But in reality, nothing could be further from the truth. You know, there's been many mass extinctions where life was almost wiped out many times. Just because we're around now makes no difference. We're nothing special. We're not exempt. Why are you using your...
I'm listening. Go on.
Look, I don't want to do that. You actually need ammo? I can't remember if they actually need to be given ammo or not. I thought they just got infinite ammo. That's annoying. He's going to be stuck with that crappy pistol all the time, isn't he? I may have to give him like 1 billion rounds. Did I just...
Go ahead. Here's what I've got.
Oh no. Tell you what. Not that I condone such actions, but... Let's give him a whole mess of rounds.
There's something you need?
Right. Oh, flange. Not giving him the thing. I do hate the fact they move all the buttons around and change it around. Remember I was saying before about, you know, even though you learn all the buttons with muscle memory, the developers have different buttons for different things. Yeah, sometimes bad design means you press the wrong buttons. Not because you're rubbish. There we go. He's got 12,000 rounds now. Not because I'm rubbish at pressing and knowing where the button is, but because on one menu the button is X, on another menu the button is A. It's like, oh, make your mind up. God, it sounds like opening day at the Lambert and Butler convention. I'm wearing headphones and all these horrible gargling, gurgly sounds are really, really gross in my ear. Not pleasant. My ears are not having a good time right now. If ever Marlborough had a theme park, this is what it would sound like. Yeah.
Think we're gone so good?
Horrible, horrible noises. Nick's going to get battered by a minute. Headshots, Nick, headshots. Where the money shots are.
When I thought we were getting along.
Having said that, it's actually quite hard to get headshots.
Sorry, folks, won't be chewing on us.
Because there is a little tiny bit of RPG-ness to the shooting in this game. Like in Fallout 3, it's all dice rolls basically whenever you shoot someone, but in this game it's still there a little bit. You've got the reticle on a target and you press the trigger. Doesn't guarantee you're going to hit them. So yeah, quite tricky. UFO disclosure is coming too? Nah. I wouldn't wait for that. Nope, can't unlock that. I wonder if Nick can unlock it.
What's the plan? Good plan.
Now, he did actually unlock an advanced terminal for me earlier at one point, so it is a good workaround for terminals I can't unlock. I've just given you 12,000 rounds for your weapon. You can unlock that for me.
There we go.
Kick ass. Kick ass. Who needs to be able to unlock terminals? Oh look, it'll be a safe full of the same crap that every other safe's got in it. Oh well, never mind. Fail. Oh, there we go. Lovely, lovely. Yep, same crap as all the other saves. Never mind. I don't know. Opening containers has never been quite as unrewarding as it has in this game. Let's tend to. Right, I think what we shall do is I shall plonk yon fella's arse on this bench. I shall do some savage. Oops, when he's finished plonking. Go, and we shall do some proper savage. How many saves have I got? Get rid of some of those. I only really want 2 or maybe 3 saves. If the saves get corrupted, then that's it, game over. We have to go and find something else to play, but I want to keep the one we started with, and then I'll overwrite the older one. There we go. Right, so I think what we'll do is we will call it a show there. We shall carry on next week, obviously, working our way towards the Corvega plant. I told you we wouldn't get there. We're almost there. But I've remembered Lexington's quite a lot of exploration to do, and as you can see, it takes a while. Have a quick last look at chat. I saw a carbon emission picture of New York City and it was almost black and couldn't see the city, says Lynn. When you know what came and people stopped driving, getting out, they did another picture. You could see some of the city and it cleared up a bunch. Oh yeah. Lynn says stoplights. Yeah, they probably are. I've got to shoot all the stoplights. It is the law. I'll take them out next week if I remember to do that. But yes, that's going to do us. We've got a bit serious in the chat there, so apologies for that. But it's all good, interesting things. We need to find a new home, because this home isn't going to last forever. Anyway, yes, that's going to do us. So thank you very much for watching. A massive thank you to those of you who did your super chats. That's really, really awesome. I really appreciate it. Massive, massive thank you. Don't forget, of course, if you'd like to support this channel and you're not doing so already, it would be lovely if you did. You can become a patron over at patreon.com/modelmakingguru, the address on the bottom of the screen there, or you can simply press the join button and become a channel member. Either way, you get access to early stuff, advert free stuff and exclusive stuff from time to time, but you also support the channel. You literally put food on my table and you literally pay my bills, so I can't thank my patrons and members enough. Don't forget, of course, links to my Amazon stores in the description below the video. If you need to pick up model making stuff, give me a shout if there's something you need that's not in there. I can add it for you really quickly, but I make some income off those. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases, so do check those out. I shall be back tomorrow, of course, with Skyrim Saturday, where we shall be doing exactly the same as we've just done, but playing Skyrim. Of course, I'll be back on Sunday for Warhammer Sunday, for the usual nonsense where I'll crack on with building all my Death Guard dudes, so I shall see you tomorrow at 3 PM. Until then, though, I shall just get everything ready because I need to press some buttons, and I didn't have my monitor on. I shall say thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome. Go play something awesome. Go and play some Skyrim, then. Go and play some Skyrim. And if you're rubbish at first, just keep playing it. Just keep playing it. Also, when you're playing it, just make sure you're checking all the prompts on screen and everything, because it'll tell you on screen what you need to do. Anyway, squishies are fed. Yay! Edward's fed his squishies. I need to go and feed me, because I'm a big squishy. So yes, take care of yourselves. Go play something awesome. Until next time, until tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Adios, amoebas. I waved. I just waved. Why did I wave? I'm not even on... God's sake, I don't know. See you later, folks.